Good morning, guys. Today we are going to have another class of math. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, the last day of March 2020. But before starting our class, I want you to bow your heads, close your eyes, but do it. Are you doing it? We need to talk to God, and we need God's help. Okay, let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you for another day of life that you have given us today. Thank you because you have taken care of us. You have protected our family and also our home. Thank you because we have, so far, we have something to eat. And even though we have been facing difficulties in these days, we know that you are going to provide what we need, to provide to us what we need, because we believe and we trust in you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Okay, guys, so today we are going to start with another topic. Is also divisions, but today is one-digit quotients with remainders. It's also divisions. So I want you to open your books. Take your books, take your notebook also, because remember the process in the notebook and answers in your books. Page 93. Let's go to page 93 and we are going to read the problem that we have in there. So I want you to follow the reading with me. I will read the problem, but I need you to read with me. Juan wants to use the store's credit plan to buy a television that costs $289. And the question of the problem says, about how much will he have to pay each week? So I want you to look at the picture. There we have Juan. There we have the television that he wants to buy. And it says no money down. Take 32 weeks to pay. Okay? So it says, let's continue reading the problem. We want to find Juan's approximate weekly payment. The television costs how many? The television costs $289. And Juan has how many weeks to pay? Juan has 32 weeks to pay the television. So, to determine Juan's weekly payment, we have to divide the total cost. That means we have to divide, this is the total cost, by the number of weeks, by 32 weeks, in the store's payment plan. So in other words, we have to divide $289 by 32 weeks. So remember, guys, this topic I explained how to divide or how to solve a division that has two numbers in the divisor. So here in the divisor, sorry, here we have another division like that. So let me ask you something. How many numbers do we have in the divisor? We have two numbers, right? Okay, two numbers, 3 and 2. So as we have two numbers in the divisor, we are going to take two numbers from the dividend, and we have 28. But remember that the dividend has to be greater than the divisor. 28. Can you divide 28 by 32? No, right? Because it's less than 32. So we have to take the other number in the dividend. So we have to say 289 divided by 32. So what number is going to be here in the quotient? So we have to find a number that we can multiply by 32 that has to be 289 or close to 289. But do you know the timetable of 32? No, right? So we are going to use our trick. Do you remember our trick? Okay, in our trick, we will going to use only one number because we know the timetable of 3 and we are going to take always this number, the one that is here. So you know the timetable of 3, right? And by here we have to take not only number 2 because 2 is less than 3. So we have to take 28. So tell me, what number can you multiply by 3 that is going to be 28 or close to 28? 9, right? Excellent. So if we use 9, we know that 9 times 3 is 27. So it's very close to 28. But remember that we use only 3 only to find out the number that we have to use. But now what we have to do is to multiply 9 times 32. Okay? 9 times 32. We have to multiply both of these numbers that are here. So let's do it in here. 9 times 32, or it's the same to say 32 times 9. Okay? So 9 times 2, 18. 8 in here and 1 from here, for here. 9 times 3, 27 and 1, 28. Okay? So 288 is what you are going to write here. 288. Remember to write ones under ones, tens under tens, and hundreds under hundreds. And then we subtract. Okay? So 9 minus 8, 1. 8 minus 8, 0. And 2 minus 2, 0. Do you or can you continue dividing? No, right? Because we don't have another number in the dividend to take down and to continue dividing. So the answer is 9. But remember that we are talking about what? Naranjas, melones. Ah, correct. We are talking about dollars. And we have remainder 1. So about how many dollars Juan is going to pay weekly? About $9. So I want you to answer the information question, the last information sentence. Juan will pay about $9 each week. Okay, so now we are going to solve exercises from 1 to 8 all together. So let's do it right now. So number 1 says divide and check. Remember that we have to check. So we have to divide 96 by 13. So the first question that you have to ask, how many numbers do you have in the divisor? 2. So I will take 2 from here. Can you divide 96 into 13? Yes, because 96 is greater than 13. So let's do it. Do you know the timetable of 13? No, right? So let's use our trick. So we are going to take number 1 from here and number 9. 9 divided by 1? 9, right? Let's try. Let's see. If we use 9, remember that we have to multiply 9 by or times 13. So let's do it in here. 13 times 9 or 9 times 13. 9 times 3, 27. 7 here and 2 here. 9 times 1, 9 plus 2, 11. Look what happens. This is the number that you have to write in here. 117. What is wrong with this? That this number is greater than this. And remember that in here we have to use a number that multiplied by 13 is going to be 96 or less than 96, close to 96, but it cannot be greater. So that means that in here we have to use a number less than 9. So let's try with, let me erase this. We are going to erase because 9, the result is bigger than 96 if we use number 9. So what about if we try with a less number? Let's try with number 7, for example. Number 7. So we have to multiply 7 times 13 or 13 times 7. Let's do it. 7 times 3, 21, right? 1 in here and 2 here. 7 times 1, 7 plus 2, 9. Okay, now we can use this one because 91 is less than 96 and now we can subtract. Let's subtract. 6 minus 1, 5. And 9 minus 9, 0. So the answer in here for number 1 is 7 remainder 5. Remember that we have to check. How do we check? Remember that we have to do this times this plus this. In that way, we check. So let's do it. 7 times 13 or 13 times 7, that is the same, then plus 5. 7 times 3, 21, is the same that we had before. 7 times 1, 7 plus 2, 91. So now we have to add the remainder, plus 5. 1 and 5, 6. And 9 plus anything, 9. Here we have 96, and it's the same of the dividend that we have in here. In that way, we check that number 1 is correct. So let's continue with number 2 is 176 divided by 22. How many numbers do you have in the divisor? 2. So I will take 2 from the dividend. Can you divide 17 into 22? No, right? Because 17 is less than 22. So we are going to take another number from the dividend. Now, what number can you use in here in the quotient that multiplied by 22 is going to be 176 or close to 176? So we have, as we do not know the timetable of 22, we are going to use our trick. We are going to take only number 2, and from here we are going to take 17 because we cannot take only 1 because 1 is less than 2. So what number multiplied by 2 is going to be 17 or close to 17? 8, right? Because 8 times 2 is 16, is very close to 17. But now you have to multiply 8 by 22. So let's do it by here. Or 22 by 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 here and 1 in there. 8 times 2, 16 plus 1, 17. Okay? So in here we have exactly 176. And then we subtract, and the answer in the remainder we are going to have 0. So the answer in number 2 is only number 8. Easy, right? Now remember that we do not need to check because we already know in here, we already have in here that 22 times 8 is 176, and it's the same that we have in here. So this automatically is good. And let's continue with number 3. Number 3 says 114 divided by 49. Again, the same question. How many numbers do you have in the divisor? 2. So you are going to take 2 from the dividend. Can you divide 11 into 49? No, right? Because 11 is less. So let's take another number from the dividend. So what number in here can you use that you can multiply by 49 and that is going to be 114 or close to 114? Well, let's use our trick. Our trick says that we have to look for, we are going to use only number 4 here, and from here we have to use 11, okay, because 1 is less than 4. So, what number can we use in the quotient that you can multiply by 4 and it's going to be 11? But not greater than 11. Okay, if we use 3 times 4 is 12. It's greater. So we have to use number 2, right? Because 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, but we have to multiply now 2 times 49. So let's do it apart. 49 times 2. 2 times 9, 18. 2 times 4, 8 plus 1, 9, okay, 98. So this is what you have to write in here. Remember that these ones are the ones. So number 8 under 4 because are the ones. And these ones are the tens. Number 9 under this number 1 that we have in here. And now we have to subtract. Let's subtract. Can you say 4 minus 8? No, right? Because 4 is less than 8. So, let's see. Number 1 lends a unit to number 4. So, number 4 becomes 14. And number 1 becomes 0. Okay? So, 14 minus 8, 6. And now, this 0 with 1, we have 10 minus 9, 1. Look and check always that the remainder cannot be greater than the divisor. So our division looks, wait, here we were using number 2, right? Our division looks good. Okay, so now let's see if it's okay. Now it said that we have to check our division because we have 2 remainder 16. Let's check if that one is correct. So we have, remember that for checking we have to multiply this times this plus this. So let's do it. 2 times 49 or 49 times 2. 2 times 9, 18. Okay, and 1 in here, in there. 2 times 4, 8 plus 1, 9. Now we have to add the remainder, 16. 8 plus 6, 14. 4 in here and 1 for here. 9 plus 1, 10 plus 1, 11. Look, we have 114 in here and we have 114 in the dividend. That means that number 3 is correct. The answer in number 3 is 2 remainder 16. Okay? So let's go quickly to number 4. 170 divided by 54. How many numbers in here? 2. So I will take 2 from here. But 17 is less than 54. So I'm going to take 3. Now we can divide 170 into 54. But as we do not know the timetable of 54, we are going to take only number 5. Okay, only number 5. And from here we are going to take 17. Okay, so what number in the quotient can you multiply by 5 and it's going to be 17 or close to 17? 3, right? If you multiply 3 times 5, it's going to be 15. It's very close to 17. Now we have to multiply 3 times 54. So let's do it apart. 54 times 3, or 3 times 54. The way that you do it, it doesn't matter, the order in a multiplication. 3 times 4, 12. Okay, 2 in here and 1 in there. 3 times 5, 15, plus 1, 16. So this one is the one that you have to write in here, 162. And then we subtract. Can you say 0 minus 2? No, right? So number 7 becomes 6 because number 7 is going to give 1 unit to number 0 and number 0 becomes 10. Now 10 minus 2, 8. Excellent. And 6 minus 6, 0, and 1 minus 1, 0. So in here we have that the answer is 3, remainder 8. Let's check if that one is correct. So we are going to multiply to do the check. And we have to multiply this times this plus this to check. Let's do it. 3 times 54, or 54 times 3, plus number 8, the remainder. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15, and 1, 16. Excellent. Now we have to add the remainder, that is 8. 2 plus 8, 10. 1 plus 6, 7. And 1 plus anything, 1. So if you see here, 170 is the same that we have in here, 170. So number 4 is correct. Let's go. So number 5 says 260 divided by 27. So how many numbers do you have in here? 2. So you are going to take 2. Can you divide 26 into 27? No, right? Because 26 is less than 27. So we have to take another number from the dividend. So we have to divide 260 by 27. So here we have to find a number that you can multiply by 27, and it has to be 260 or close to 260. So, but we do not know the timetable of 27, but we know the timetable of 2. So I will take 2 by here, and by here I'm going to take 2 also. So what number can we use in here? Okay, let me explain you something. As this one is the same number, 2 and 2, we have to take 2 numbers in here. And you are going to know later why. So, what number can you multiply by 2 that is going to be 26? Here we took 2 numbers because in here we have number 2 and in here we have number 2. And when we have the same number, it's better to take another one in this case, only in this case, okay, for this kind of divisions. So what number can you use here? Remember that in here we can use only numbers from 1 to 9. What number from 1 to 9 multiplied by 2, it's going to be that close to 26. 9, right? Because 9 times 2 is 18. Okay? So let's prove our trick. Remember that we have now to multiply 9 times 27. let's do that. 9 times 27. Let's do it apart. Or 27 times 9. 9 times 7, 63, right? 3 in here and 6 for here. 9 times 2, 18. Okay, plus 6, 24. Okay, so this is what you have to write here, 243. And then we have to subtract. Okay, so remember that we cannot say 0 minus 3. So this one becomes number 5, if 6 becomes number 5, and number 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 3, 7. Excellent. And 5 minus 4, 1. So in here we have a remainder of 17. So what do we have to do is to check. Remember that for checking we have to do this times this plus this. And we already have this one. This times this, the quotient and the divisor. So let's only add the remainder. Okay, this is for saving time because it's the same. Okay, so let's add 3 plus 7, 10. Excellent. 1 plus 4, 5. And 1, 6. And 2 plus anything, 2. So if you see here, we have 260, and it's the same that we have in here. So number 5 is correct. Number 6 says 208 divided by 45. How many numbers in here? 2. So I'm going to take 2. Can you divide 20 into 45? No, because it's less. So what do you have to do? To take the other number. So, do you know the timetable of 45? No. So we are going to use our trick, and we are going to use only number 4. So, as we are going to use number 4, from here we have to use not only 2, because 2 is less than 4. We are going to use 20. What number can you use here that multiplied by 4 is going to be 20 or close? Number 5, right? So, let's multiply now 5 times 45. So, here we are going to do it 45 times 5. 5 times 5, 25. Excellent. 5 times 4, 20 plus 2, 22. Excellent. So in here you are going to write 225. It's correct? Because you have to subtract now. Compare this number with this one that is in here. Can you subtract 208 minus 225? No, right? Because 225 is greater. So that means that in here we have to use a number that has to be less than 5. What number can we use? Let's try with number 4. So we have to multiply 4 times 45. So let's do it. 45 times 4. 4 times 5, 20. Excellent. 4 times 4, 16 plus 2, 18. Excellent. So here we have 180. And then we are going to subtract. 8 minus 0, 8. This number 2 is going to lend a unit to 0, so 0 can become 10. 10 minus 8, 2. And 1 minus 1, 0. Remember that this one became number 1 because it lended a unit to 0. So here we have 4 remainder 28. As we already have that we have to multiply this times this plus this, 4 times 45, and in here we already have 4 times 45, it's 180. So let's add for checking, okay? This one is for check. Let's add only the remainder, that is 28. 0 plus 8, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. And 1 plus 1, 2. Look, 208, 208. So this one is correct. Number 7 says 242 divided by 29. So how many numbers do we have in here? 2. So we are going to take 2 in here. What is the problem? 24 is less than 29, so we have to take another one. So what number in here can you multiply by 29 that is going to be 242 or close? We don't know the timetable of 29, right? So we have to use the trick. What trick? Using only number 2 just to find out what number is going to be there. And from here, do you remember that I told you that when we have the same number in here and the same number in here, it's better to take the other number, okay? And in here, remember that we have to use only numbers from 1 to 9. What number from 1 to 9 is going to be multiplied by 2 and it's going to be 24 or close to 24? So we have to use the highest number, number 9. Because 9 times 2 is 18, is the closest number that we can use. So let's do it. We have to multiply 9 times 29. So let's do it apart. Or 29 times 9, that is the same. 9 times 9, 81, excellent. 1 in here and 8 in here. 9 times 2, 18 plus 8, 26, excellent. What happened in here? That 261 is greater than 242. Okay, so we cannot use number 9. So that means that in here we have to use a less number. A number less than 29, than 9. So we have to use number, let's try with 8. So we are going to multiply 29 times 8. 8 times 9, 72, excellent. 2 in here and 7 in here. 8 times 2, 16, excellent. Plus 7, 23. Okay, so we are going to use 232, and this number we can use it because it's less than 242. And then we have to subtract. 2 minus 2, 0. 4 minus 3, 1, and 2 minus 2, 0. So the answer is 8, remainder 10. Remember that we have to multiply this times this plus this to check. And we already multiplied this times this. 29 times 8. So what we have to do is only to add the remainder. Let's add the remainder to see if it's okay. Plus 10. 2 plus 0, 2. 3 plus 1, 4, and 2 plus anything, 2. So if you can see, here we have 242, and also here we have 242. So number 7 is correct. So let's go to the last exercise. And it says that you have to divide 465 by 78. How many numbers do you have in here? 2. So you have to take 2 from here. Can you divide 46 into 78? No, right? Because 46 is less. So let's take number 5 also. So what number can you use in here that you can multiply by 78 and it's going to be 465 or close to 465? We don't know the timetable of 78. So we are going to take only number 7. And from here we have to take only 4? No, because it's less than 7. We have to take 46. So what number here multiplied by 7 can be 46 or close to 46? Excellent, number 6, because 6 times 7 is 42. But we have to multiply, remember, 6 times 78. So let's do it apart. 78 times 6. 6 times 8. Excellent, 48. 4 in here. 6 times 7. 42, excellent, plus 4. 46, excellent. Can we use 468 in here? In here? No, right? Because 468 is greater than 465. So that means that we have to use another number in here less than 6, because 6 is the result is greater. So let's try with number 5. And then we have to multiply 5 times 78. 5 times 8, 40, excellent. 5 times 7, 35. Plus 4, 39. So now we have 390. And then we subtract. 5 minus 0, 5. Can you subtract 6 minus 9? No, right? Because 6 is less than 9. So number 4 becomes 3, because number 4 is going to lend a unit to number 6, and number 6 becomes 16. Now, 16 minus 9, what is the answer in there? Okay, 7. And 3 minus 3, 0. If you see, here we have a big remainder, 75. But look at here, we have 78. So this one is less than the divisor, so it's okay. So, and then we have to check. Remember that for checking, we have to multiply this times this plus this. And we already have 78 times 5. So let's add only the remainder 75. Okay, 0 plus 5, 5. 9 plus 7, 16, 1 from here or for here, and 1 plus 3, 4. Look, we have the same answer here than here. So number 8 is also correct. And now is your turn. Remember that you have to have the processes of all these from 1 to 8, page 93, you have to have it in your notebook, and the answers in your books. Now you have to work by your... Remember that now it's your turn and you have to work by yourself in page 94, exercises from 1 to 12 and 1 problem solving. Remember to send me pictures of your notebook and also your book with the answers and the process in your notebook. See you tomorrow in a new class. Bless you and miss you also. Have a nice day. Bye.